Was I you? Were you me?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finest thing to hit the internet since the Silk Road. It's The Bank. It's starring Bankrupt Barry. I'm your announcer, Bo Von Fingerman, and I just finished decorating the hottest erotic cake you ever saw. We'd also like to welcome to the show Shania Twain.
I don't know how long I'm staying. This place smells like spoiled milk.
I see you, Shania!
Now please welcome your humble host. It's Bangalong Benny.
Christ, he's ugly!
Brrr, that announcer guy burned all our spoons, and Shania Twain scratched up my copy of A Walk to Remember.
Oh, cheer up there, Porky Romano. At least Bovan's getting better at pronouncing your name.
Okay, let's talk about the movie, you psychos. Alex Garland's Annihilation is based loosely on Jeff VanderMeer's 2014 novel of the same name, and it boasts an all-star cast, including Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, oh boy.
What's the deal with Barry? Is he having another heart attack or something?
Nah, man. See, most of the movies we review are sausage fests, and Barry's overwhelmed because there are so many desirable women in this movie.
And then we also got Tuva Novotny. Gina Rodriguez.
Yo, ain't that Jane the Virgin?
Bangarang Shania.
And Jason Leigh. Oh, sweet Christ.
All women.
Scientists.
Oh, yes.
Barry, aren't you gonna mention Oscar Isaac? He's in this movie too, bro.
Well, he's not as hot as the others, but fine. I'd bang him too. So listen up. Here's the story. We open with Natalie Portman being fat-shamed by a bunch of guys in hazmat suits.
What did you eat?
Now, whatever has happened to her, there seems to be a problem of missing time.
How long did you think you were inside?
Days. Maybe weeks.
And we get subtle hints that an alien Subaru or a comet or something has smashed through this lighthouse off the coast of the Florida Panhandle, where it annihilated these two crazy assholes.
Oh, get it together, Barry. You tripping up your movies again and you look like white Reggie Johnson.
Natalie Portman's character, Lena, is a former military grunt turned biology professor, because that's something that happens all the time. Lena's special boy, Soldier Kane, is missing in action and is suspected to be dead. Now, there are subtle hints that Lena has been getting her rocks off with one of her fellow faculty, but it's very understated. And then, for no apparent reason, Soldier Kane comes home. Unfortunately, Kane ain't sane. He can't seem to remember his Amazon password.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't think this old boy's been flossing his teeth either. Just like you, Barry.
Just like me. Yeah, so Lena tries to rush Caney Kane to the hospital, but the deep state interferes.
We loved you in Ex Machina!
And she wakes up to a very hot, yet disaffected Dr. Ventress, who introduces Lena to the Shimmer near the aforementioned lighthouse.
All that shimmers in this world.
Wrong Shimmer, asswipe! Lena's only hope of saving Soldier Kane is to enter the Shimmer and figure out what gave him such a smooth brain, so it's no mystery what happens next. Inside the Shimmer, these captivating women experience time dilation.
I don't remember anything after we reached the tree line.
Like most gullible tourists, they also pay way too much money to take a walking tour of a botanical garden where they see a bunch of shitty flowers and whatnot. I mean, in fact, most of this movie consists of... Jesus colostomy back in Christ!
The fuck was that, Bald Barry?
My long nuts have finally come unstuck from my leg. Thanks a lot, Barry.
Okay, everybody calm down. It's probably just a Florida meth head.
Nah, man, it's a killer gator.
A killigator? Not a killigator. Lena better shoot the piss out of it. Save us, Natalie Portman. And if that wasn't scary enough, it's now confirmed that something's murking up the decrepit gene pool down near Tallahassee. First we saw the crazy plant growth. Now we see that the alligators have multiple rows of Steve Buscemi teeth.
That shiny shit's gonna turn them all into meth heads.
Which is pretty much verified by Lena, who remembered to pack her microscope.
Yeah, fucking nerd.
And that's how we find out that Lena caught a nasty case of the Sif.
Now, as the team ventures closer to the coast and the lighthouse, these mutations start to become more common. and sometimes they're downright beautiful.
Yeah, my favorite animals are these dank-ass deer.
Yeah, but they're not always so elegant. Lena and her team make it to a ramshackle military base that was once occupied by Cane Boy and his unit, who have left behind a horrifying little memento.
Damn, that old boy's got the Giardia even worse than you, Bovon.
Yeah, but he's dealing with a lot less blood.
Jesus, Bovon, go to a doctor! Okay, so during the night watch, Lena and Fentress hear a spooky noise that corresponds with a breach in the perimeter fence.
Oh, not another goddamn gator.
Ah, shitcakes. Did it grab the hot one?
What do you mean the hot one? They're all the hot one, asswipe. God damn it, now we're down to only 4 enchanting power ladies. The next day we happened upon the first of the plant people.
Man, this part seems a little hokey to me. I mean, I guess they just turned into plants mid-stride. Isn't this something that would take several days? I don't think they'd all be standing around like this.
No, that's not how it works. It's more like the plants are mimicking human forms. Anyway, our 4 stunning women stay the night in some kind of terrible cracker shack that bears a strange resemblance to Lena's house. Now, Anya gets a little bit paranoid, or possibly horny. She senses that lovely Lena has unspoken motives for seeking out the lighthouse, but suddenly she hears Shepard's voice calling for help.
You said she was dead?
That ain't Shepard, Barry. It's one of them plant people.
No, it's Javier Bardem with a terrible haircut.
Yeah, go take your goddamn medication, Bovon. It's the bear.
The fly is right. It's the most frightening bear in movie history. And I wish we could show you more of this scene because the tension is stunning. But YouTube is run by cowards with micro-genitalia, and I'm sure this video is going to get copyright claimed just like half of our other shit. The idea here is that by killing Shepard, the bear has absorbed some of her consciousness, along with her voice. And now it's using Shepard's voice as a lure, sort of like the sonic equivalent of an anglerfish.
Yeah, and we here at the channel feel that Anya's gruesome death is far more unnerving than what happens to DiCaprio in that boring-ass movie about the fur trade.
Yeah, it's also less indulgent. After the first 6 minutes of Leo getting dry pounded by the grizzly, I pretty much get the point. Anyway, tragically, we're down to only 3 stunning women. Fortunately, Big Brain Josie here has figured out how this batshit place works.
The Shimmer is a prism, but it refracts everything. All DNA.
Yeah, and if you look closely, you'll notice that Anya's tattoo eventually makes its way to Lena's arm, which is odd, because the tattoo wouldn't be contingent on DNA, which can only mean...
Yeah, shut up. Save that noise for after the ad break.
Okay, well, if people aren't turning abruptly into plants, then how do you explain what happens to Josie?
Well, I think maybe she's hiding among the plant people. She's not necessarily already a full plant woman. Anyway, now that Josie is doing photosynthesis, we're down to only 2 captivating ladies. We enter the lighthouse where the alien MacGuffin thing landed. Lena reviews a home movie recorded by Soldier Kane, but the video begs more questions than answers. Down in the inner sanctum of the lighthouse, H.R. Geiger has been doing renovations, and we find Ventress just before she goes critical.
And now we're down to only 1 character whom Barry wants to bang. Whatever shall we do?
Lena stares into the alien MacGuffin's Mandelbrottian deadlights, and in exchange, the MacGuffin steals but 1 drop of her sexy blood, which allows our MacGuffin to transform into this humanoid thing with an advanced degree in performing arts. There's a pretty intense struggle, which seems kind of... I'll be honest, folks, we're not entirely sure what's happening here, but in the end, the creature ends up mimicking Lena's form, and she's able to nullify the Shimmer and its constituents with, burning. Back at Deep State headquarters, Lena convinces everybody that she is, in fact, herself. But some very subtle camera work reveals that both Lena and Soldier Kane have been permanently changed by the Shimmer. And that's the movie, folks. It's a superb work of cosmic horror.
Well, I, for one, would just like to...
Ad break!
Time to get paid!
Dear pathetic viewers whose lives are so bleak they've resorted to watching Bankrupt Barry, We are pretty pleased to announce that today's episode is endorsed by the Turn It Back 1990s Internet Nostalgia Kit. That's right, friends. For just $79.99, you can sit in your dirty apartment and relive the magic of 1990s dial-up. The Turn It Back Kit includes all the classic hallmarks of 56K web browsing with realistic onboard sound effects. You also get to use classic apps that were popular like a quarter of a century ago, before you became a fat, balding, pre-diabetic bag of milk, divested of all hopes and dreams. Carefully trained AI bots are standing by to simulate real conversations that you might have had over instant messengers and website discussion boards. Remember that? Before Reddit ruined everything. Comic Sans as far as the fucking eye could see. Tell them about the other stuff, Bovan.
And when the lights go out, that's when the real party starts. Oh yes, friends, now it's time to experience adult content the way it was meant to be experienced. Pixel by pixel, none of that 4K streaming bullshit. It's back to the golden days, my lovely little beans and franks. You gotta use your goddamn imagination.
Okay, the promo code is, Bush is back.
Game on!
Yo, Barry, this old announcer boy's sus as hell. When I got up off the couch, he went over and sniffed the cushion.
I was not sniffing the traces of your incredible body, Shania. Barry spilled some paint thinner on that cushion a few weeks ago, and I just needed a little whiff to take the edge off.
Yeah, okay, asswipes. In terms of thematic analysis, one of Annihilation's main arguments is that the truest forms of destruction are those that we perform on ourselves, as suggested by Ventress's soapboxy little speech to Lena.
Almost none of us commit suicide, and almost all of us self-destruct.
Here, she manages to snipe Lena center mass.
You destabilize the good job, the happy marriage.
As prior to being deployed into the Shimmer, Soldier Kane had discovered that Lena was sabotaging her own happy marriage by taking pipe from a colleague.
Yeah, well, she also hit you, center mass, Barry. I mean, it's a big target. You're engaging in self-destruction constantly, especially when you do that thing where you rev up the oven and see how long you can keep your head in there before passing out.
Piss off, Fly. This theme is reinforced by the film's conclusion, where, on the symbolic level, Lena is locked in a stalemate with herself. Further, even the genetic changes occurring within each character's body could be considered a kind of self-struggle. For example, Ventress is suffering from cancer, a disease that involves self-destruction on the most literal level.
Ventress had cancer. She was never coming back. You knew she was sick.
But of course, creation and destruction are always closely intertwined. Tell him, Al.
Everything is alive as long as it is in constant motion. Each moment is under the law of motion and constant change. Nothing is permanent, and everything changes every moment. And while the life is moving ahead, we too should accept the change without any resistance towards it. Life is a process of evolvement, and in this process of creation and destruction, life and death take place. And this is the beauty of life. But you, Barry, have got to be the most hideous and pathetic creature I've ever witnessed, and I wish you would change into something less foul-smelling and more pleasing to the eyes. Please don't ever summon me again.
Well, kiss my bankrupt ass, Al. Okay, think about it this way. The Shimmer does destroy, insofar as you lose the most current version of yourself. But another way to think of this is transformation. The mutant alligator, the bear, the plant people, these are all new forms, and Lena stands among them. Just consider the fact that when she drinks from her water glass at the end of the movie, the residual water separates in a manner that resonates with the images of Shimmer-induced cellular mitosis from earlier in the film. Creation is destruction. In order to paint a masterpiece, you have to destroy a perfectly good blank canvas, along with whatever raw materials went into making the brushes and pigments. In order to build a Stradivarius violin, you have to destroy a couple trees and bend the shit out of their wood and so on.
Yeah, well, anyway, I guess Barry's right about the act of creation. I mean, in order to create one of these videos, Barry has to destroy several boxes of deep-fried ravioli, like 75 Slim Jims, and 1.5 gallons of rot gut vodka.
Yeah, just look at you, Barry. You got a shorter life expectancy than Charles S. Dutton in a John Carpenter movie. I ain't trying to hate Barry, but getting double penetrated by the mutated bear and the gator from Annihilation in the middle of the goddamn Shimmer would still be better than giving you a hand job with heavy gloves on.
Well, Jesus, pencil, dick, and Christ. Oh, Barry's taking fire.
Hey, Barry, what about Lena's tattoo? Tattoos are a kind of self-destruction. I had some John Denver lyrics tattooed around my southern gasket, and now I'm infertile.
Yeah, wonderful. More A-tier commentary from Mr. Bovar Finger Blaster. Shockingly, though, you're not entirely wrong. The tattoo is a representation of Ouroboros, the ancient Greek symbol of the snake who devours its own tail. And that's a pretty good representation of the inextricable link between creation and destruction. After all, the presence of light requires the annihilation of darkness, and vice versa.
Yo, broke-ass Barry, preach about the aliens.
Well, that's one of the reasons why this movie really rocks my hammock. In most of these dumbass movies, the aliens are just thinly veiled humans, and they usually want resources or world domination or something stupid like that. But whatever the alien presence in Annihilation is, it's not easily defined. Is the alien presence truly malicious, or does their behavior imply something more nebulous?
Yeah, you might be onto something there, Barry. I mean, I'd never actually seen a man drink gravy from a coffee mug before I met you, but you've got a point. The alien thingy in this movie actually reminds me of my favorite science fiction novel, Solaris, by Stanislaw Lem.
Starring Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, fuck off, Bovon. In Solaris, the aliens build structures reflexively, and they engage in mimicry, but their intentions are never clear, so it's kind of like Annihilation. It's as if their actions can't really be understood within a human paradigm.
Not bad, asswipe. Not bad.
Well, if we really want to do a thorough job, we should probably talk about the Jeff VanderMeer book the movie was based on. I mean, in the book, all the characters... Whoa, Barry, what's that shit on your head, bro?
Yeah, it's called hair, you nasty little shit. Anyway, it's not necessary that we talk about the book. You know, that's exactly what they expect us to do. But we've definitely read it.
Well, Barry, I mean, don't you want to overanalyze the movie's ending and then make one of your patented demotivational points about how life is utterly bleak and meaningless?
No. I think this movie's ending is actually the weakest element. The whole alienized thing is set up as if we're supposed to find it shocking or conclusive in some way. But the story has been telling us all along that things have been forever changed by the MacGuffin. I mean, we've seen Lena's blood cells lighten up like it's New Year's Eve at Chernobyl. Yeah, of course she's not gonna just go back to normal. That was already obvious 20 minutes into the movie. That said, the film is correct about the self-destruction stuff. It's true that quite often we are victims of outside agents, bad actors, and so on. But just as often, we are victims to ourselves.
Yeah, Barry, like the time you got so drunk you fell asleep with your gut pressed against the waffle iron, and the whole apartment stank like burnt hair and pork sausage.
Yeah, Barry. Or the time you tried to save money by recycling our gray water and running it through the Brita filter because you said the water company was a scam.
Hey, Barry, what about the time you tried to porch pirate old Mrs. Klingman and she shoved her cane like a mile and a half up your ass?
Everybody shut the hell up! You're guilty of self-destruction, too.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, we've all agreed to appear on this goddamn show.
Why am I the only one who's growing new body parts?
Man, I don't know. Does it have something to do with your weight?
Tune in next time, friends. We're gonna keister an entire batch of Carolina Reapers and then go duck hunting with the great Gary Busey. Help me, asswipes! Bovon, get over here!
Play dead, Barry.
You're already dead inside, Barry. It should be easy.
Grab your pants, Barry boy. It's your only defense.
Do something, you goddamn idiots! It's gonna eat me!
Well, to be fair, Barry, I'm not sure it wants to eat you exactly.
Oh, God! Stop it! Please kill me!
Oh, stop complaining, Barry. You're such a drama queen.
Yeah, Barry. Be like Bruce Lee. Be like water.
I think he's almost done, Barry.
Man!
Well, maybe not. Yeah, this one's got even more stamina than the last mutant bear that humped your brains out.
I hate this place!
All that shimmers in this world
is sure to fake.
It's fade, dickhead. Get it right.